Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name na AC. I don carry another better come today. Today we wan learn how to cut and sew this fine gypsy gown wey dey for una screen. So if una ready, make we start. The first thing wey we go need to do na to outline the measurements wey we need. We need across back or shoulder measurement, bust measurement, waist measurement. Those na the measurements wey we need, as well as the bust span measurement, because this project go get that. So after I don insert that one now, I go talk about the tools. We need the fabric, scissors, we need chalk, and we also need pins and ruler, and straight ruler and curved ruler. So after we don insert that now, make we start. The bust measurement na 34 inches, the waist measurement na 32 inches. So those na the measurements wey we dey work with, and the shoulder measurement na 7 inches. So I bin don start this project when I discover say the recorder no record. So the next thing wey we go do now, I will talk about the shoulder. The shoulder na 15 inches divided by 2, 7.5 inches. So from the center front, you go mark that 7.5 inches. Then you go back to the center front to get the neck width. Because this dress na boat neck, instead of using the regular 3 inches standard, I go use 4 inches width for the neckline. Then I go also use 4 inches depth for the neckline. Then I go come cut off the excess for the shoulder. From the shoulder, I go mark to the half length of the dress. So the half length of the dress na 15 inches, including seam allowance of 1 inch, half inch to join down to the skirt part of the dress, and half inch to connect the shoulder together. So I don mark am now. The next thing wey I go do now na to insert the bust measurement from the armhole. Bust na 34 divided by 4 na 8.5. So I don insert that measurement. The next thing, I go determine the bust height, or the bust length. That is the shoulder to the nipple of this dress. So I don determine that measurement of the bust points, and na 10 inches. So from that 10 inches, I go also insert the bust measurement wey be 8.5 inches. I don insert the 8.5 inches, the same thing wey I insert for the armhole side for the bust measurements, so that I go get the complete measurements of the dress. Then I come for the waistline. The waist na 32 inches divided by 4 na 8, plus 1 inch for that, 9. Then plus 1 inch for the seam allowance, that is 10. So I don mark the 10 here. I go connect am back to the waistline. From the armhole, I go connect am to the waistline as I dey do so. So after you don connect am to the waistline, you go come cut out the side seam. Then afterwards, I'll just try knitting out the edges of the armhole. After I don do that, the next thing wey I go do, I go just open this fabric to review wetin we don do so far. So na see am, see say the neckline dey very wide. Yes, so na so I want am, because this dress no go get zip anywhere, so e need to get enough room to enter the head. The next thing wey we go do now, we go come back to our cutting table. We go cut out the strap of the fabric wey we go gather to form the gypsy. So I don cut this my fabric now, and I use 13 inches length. So the length of my my gypsy na 13 inches wide. Yes, it dey 13 inches in length, and I use for the 2 layers of the gown. But the other fabric, I will come gather am now. So I will go my machine. I go use the longest stitch of my machine. I go reduce the tension also to the loosest. Then I go gather am with my gathering foot. So after I don gather am with my gathering foot, the next thing wey I go come do now, I go attach am to the main bodies of my fabric. So you see am now, I don gather am finish. Then I don come back to my cutting table to come arrange some things. So wetin I dey do now be say I don mark where the dart go dey. So from the bust line, I come down by 1 inch. Then from that 1 inch, I rule line. Then I take in the dart 1/2 inch for the both sides. So mind you, from the center front, my bust span measurement na 8 inches. So from the center front, I divide that 8 into 2 way before. So 4 inches from the center front. Now I go just notch am. After notching, I will go my sewing machine, go sew that portion to that part. I will sew that side of the material. I go take in my dart. After I don take in my dart, I go come attach this gathered fabric, this gathered part of the fabric. I will attach am to the main bodies. I don do am finish now. I don come back from sewing. I don sew the dart, and I don also go gather am. So the next thing wey you go just do, just try arrange your gather so that everything go dey neat and e go dey aligned. You no go get any joining, any bunch part for any side. That is wey go come make am dey pull for one side. The next thing wey we go do now, I go go my machine back, go gather the second layer, come attach am to the hem of this first layer as I dey demonstrate for the video so. Then I will go also use this fine African print, take knitting the edge of the neckline. So when I don knitting the neckline finish, I will also use that same fabric, take do small gathers for the sleeve, small ruffle gathers for the sleeve. So we don come back now, we don go sew the second layer to the first layer. After we don sew the second layer to the first layer, the next thing wey we go come do now na to go our machine. Una see as the thing take fine. This gypsy gown na the easiest gown to make so far. Just do your gathers, attach the first gather to the bodies of the dress, attach the second gather to the hem of the first gather. Then I will just go use this African print now. I will go gather am too, or I will just use pleats. I go attach am for the armhole so that the armhole go get more swag. After I don do am finish, una see the outcome. Una see how the thing take make sense very well. So we don go use the African print. I don split am and I don attach am. So una see how the thing just take fine, very fine and beautiful. So the next thing we will go do now, after we don knitting the edges, just go sew am together to your fabric. Sew the neckline and your dress is ready. So I will also knitting the hemline of this dress. After I don knitting the hemline of the dress, I will go put am now for the mannequin so that una go see the final outcome of the dress. So you see from the waist of the first layer to the second layer. So this one sef, you no even need to take your hip measurement. Just go straight from your waist measurements. Just start to dey attach your gathers and you are good to go. So this dress now don dey ready for us to rock am. May I put am for the mannequin, may you see am. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.